What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to I'm King Ginger Live. Is that what we're called? I don't really have a name for the show. I don't know. Maybe it's King Ginger Live. Who knows? I don't know. That is what we're going to call it for now until the chat comes up with a better name. Welcome everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend. We live streamed Friday was the last time. I think, yeah, Friday I went live. Saturday and Sunday took time off from the stream, but we're back. It's Monday. It's 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 o'clock East. Well, it's kind of past that. I was doing some research and making sure I got everything right for today's show. Really happy to have all of you guys here. Really great to get things rolling. We already got people in. Nope, that is a bot in the chat. That's my bot. That's the bot I didn't pay for, but you know, that's a thing that kind of comes with it. So, but welcome everyone. Let me clean up some stuff here. Just trying to clean up. I'm trying to make the chat more prominent and on display, because that's really what's important. And so I want to make sure that you guys have the opportunity to participate, be part of the show, all of the good stuff there. Today we're going to be talking about the Golden Globes. I know a lot of people don't care about the Golden Globes, and I watched probably only maybe the first hour, and then King Ginger Unfiltered. Yeah, Unfiltered. That's a good name. King Ginger Unfiltered. Welcome back to King Ginger Unfiltered. That is harder to say. That's pretty difficult to say. But yeah, so I watched about an hour of the Golden Globes, and I first heard it and it was like, oh no, Nikki Glazer's gonna guest. That's not gonna be that great. And I was wrong. I should have known. Because actually Jason was telling me that he heard on a podcast of the amount of work ethic that Nikki Glaser has when she's going to do a roast. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to show first we're going to set up some of her bits from last night that I thought were really great. And I think when you see this, I want you to keep in mind that she is not just reading a script, as most people tend to think when you're doing a roast or you're doing an opening monologue for a big event like this. A lot of people think, oh yeah, well, you know, the easy thing to do is just, you know, they're just got a bunch of writers and all the writers get together, you know, a few minutes before the show and they come up with these sketches based on who's in the audience, these sort of jokes based on who's in the audience, and then they kind of make they sort of just read it and hope it works well. But that's actually not true. And Nikki has been really open about that, just in terms of the amount of work. She did the roast of Tom Brady, you know, for Netflix, and she put a lot of work and effort into it. So before we get into the work and effort part, let's first see what she did. Because first off, I have to say it wasn't heavily lopsided, leftist, or right. It was kind of right down the middle. It made fun of Hollywood celebrities and the way everybody wants Hollywood celebrities to be made fun of, because that's what look, you're coming to the Golden Globes, you're sitting in a room full of Hollywood celebrities and everybody's talking about how great everybody is. It's sort of just self-congratulating and annoying, and so it's really important, I think. Everybody remembers Ricky Gervais's roast that he did when he hosted, I believe, the Emmys. That was a weird noise. What does that noise mean? Was that a noise of monetization? Did you guys hear that? Was that just me? Let me find out. That was a significant noise. But where was I? That noise really threw me off. So So you're in this room, everyone's self-congratulating each other. It's kind of weird and strange and all this sort of stuff. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort to be able to craft an opening monologue like that. And so let's just do this. Let's start off. I want to go ahead and actually first I have to actually make sure that noise wasn't some sort of monetization thing because I don't want to miss a super chat. And I think there's still some weird things going on with my super chats. It's not entirely accurate. Okay, got my YouTube chat up. Great, we are good to go. So first things first. Nikki Glaser at the Golden Globes. She's hosting the Golden Globes. She got the gig because she did the roast of Tom Brady. She absolutely crushed that. I'm not gonna play any clips from that because that was it was kind of a vulgar. The whole thing was pretty vulgar. So I don't nothing too redeemable in that. But okay, here we go. Whoa, trend. There we go. Here we go. That's such a great joke. It's a great joke. It's super quick, super punchy, and the funny thing about that joke is conservatives laugh at it because it's making fun of fake news, and holy cow, that's a lot of random uh, Twitch bots all at once. Holy cow. Yeah, Kick. That was Kick bots, not Twitch bots. Apologies to Twitch. So the chat is going crazy right now on Kick, and it's all fake. So anyway, that was a great joke because one, it was good because the conservatives laugh because it's a fake news joke, and then the liberals also laugh at it because it's making fun of Trump's basically hostile takeover and suing CBS, and right. But she never revealed which side she was on with that, right? So that joke is really smart. It's not just a well-written, quick, punchy joke. It's also really smart, and it's not alienating. Everyone universally can laugh at it, even though it's a political joke, which is, again, that's not easy to craft jokes like that. Here we go. Here's her talking about. Okay, look, Gervais got in trouble because he went after Epstein, right? All right, keep that in mind. Let's turn the volume down on that. That was really loud in my ears. It's a great joke. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't realize both jokes were on that same clip. I apologize for failing in that clip setup, but that whole bit was phenomenal because anybody who was mad about the whole Epstein document thing is laughing at the first part, and then you have conservatives and liberals both laughing at the CBS news reference. So again, like the stuff she did is insane. So here we go. This is her roasting Leo.
All of that before your girlfriend.
Yeah, can you guys hear the audio? Have you guys been able to hear the audio, or is that just me making? Or am I just getting warmed up? I feel like that's what happened again. I have got to stop doing that. I don't think you guys could hear the desktop audio. Okay, let's reset. Let's reset. Let's go back in time. We're talking about Nikki Glaser. We're going over her punches. Let's start with the first one. This one is really great. We'll explain why.
I cannot believe the amount of star power we have in this room tonight. It's insane. There's so many A-listers. And by A-listers, I do mean people who are on A-list that has been heavily redacted, but...
Boom!
Yes.
It's an Epstein joke.
And the Golden Globe for Best Editing goes to the Justice Department. Yes, congratulations.
Ricky Gervais got in a lot of trouble for that several years ago. He did. See, it's a popular joke now, but it wasn't popular at the time, and Ricky Gervais never got invited back to host after that. But it's a good time to do those sort of jokes now.
And the award for most editing goes to CBS News. Yes. CBS News, America's newest place to see BS News.
There we go, Nikki. It's a great... Okay, so first off, right off the bat, it's a really brilliant... It's really... You could tell she put a lot of thought into it because she wasn't attacking liberals. She wasn't attacking conservatives. But she obviously does have a position, and now it's really popular to be a leftist who's upset about the Epstein files. So she's able to put that in there, and everybody applauds and cheers, and nobody says, we're going to cancel you like they did Ricky Gervais, just because the timing of this joke is completely different era. And then Ricky, which makes him so brilliant, he was just too soon, right? And so you have that, but then you have the CBS News joke, which gets a laugh from conservatives because it's a fake news joke, and all conservatives laugh at fake news jokes. And then you get the liberals who are also laughing at the joke because of Trump's takeover of CBS, and they think that CBS has been co-opted by the Trump administration. So without revealing her cards, she was able to craft these two perfectly political jokes in a way that didn't offend anybody. That is insanely hard and difficult to do, and it takes a lot of work and effort. Let's go to her roast of Leo.
You've worked with every great director. You've won 3 Golden Globes, an Oscar. And the most impressive thing is that you were able to accomplish all of that before your girlfriend turned 30. I mean, it's just insane.
Another Epstein joke.
I'm sorry I made that joke. It's cheap. You know what? I tried not to, but like, we don't know anything else about you, man. Like, there's nothing else. Like, open up. I'm serious. I searched. The most in-depth interview you've ever given was in Teen Beat magazine in 1991. Is your favorite food still pasta, and more pasta? You've worked with every great...
Okay, so Nikki Glaser is being praised all over the place here because she just really nailed that monologue. And I encourage you to go watch the whole 10 minutes if you haven't. Go watch the whole 10-minute clip. I would play it here and we would comment on it line by line, but we're gonna get copyright struck on YouTube. They hate my guts. Anytime I try to do some sort of reaction video, I get attacked like a crazy person. So go. I encourage you watch the entire clip. But now I want to talk about exactly what that takes, like the sheer complexity of being able to craft a joke, or 10-minute set like that on a huge stage. And the context of that would be her roast of Tom Brady. But this is a discussion she had with Conan. You can't full screen on, you cannot full screen on TikTok, can you? You cannot. Okay, so we won't worry about it. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is Conan.
Set than that. I don't believe. I think you just did this thing, which is now going to be like, okay, where is it on the Nikki Glaser scale? It's a 6.2. Really, that's pretty good. You know, it's not her 10, I looked at that and I thought, this is lots of talent, but talent, I've always said, doesn't interest me that much. What really interests me is work ethic and process. And I could tell. And then later on, I read
Good, because
interviews.
my talent is my work ethic.
Well,
I do believe.
Guess what? I'm right with you. That I know. I honestly believe that. I was looking at it and I was thinking, she was not in a car on the way to this event writing this on the back of an envelope.
Right.
This is someone who got the assignment, and you correct me if I'm wrong, and it was like, okay, I'm going for it, and I'm going to put the work in. No one's going to do.
So the setup there is they're talking about the roast of Tom Brady, which she's widely known for as having one of the best sets on that show if you've seen it, and uh, there's another podcast. I couldn't find it. I wanted to be able to play a portion of it, but I couldn't find it. But she goes into a lot of detail as to how she went and made that Tom Brady set. And I just think it's fascinating because we don't think of comedy as we think of it as this sort of foolish side gig, this sort of we don't really take them seriously. It's not a real job, It's like it's like, oh, you're just playing video games all day on the internet. It's like, yeah, but like people make millions of dollars doing that. Haven't you? Don't you know that? Like, it's actually like a lot of people can make a lot of money doing that. So specifically when it comes to Nikki Glaser, on this interview, she was talking about, and I'm just basically rehashing how the podcast was referred to me. If Jason Farley happens to be watching and you know what podcast it is and can send me a link, that would be fantastic because I'd love to pull it up. But what she did is she took her ideas for the roast. She knew who was going to be there, who was going to be on stage. And she started months before the roast going to comedy clubs and open mic nights, and she was practicing these roasts that she would eventually do on the Netflix special. And I believe she did a lot of shows. Like, she spent a lot of time working just on this one set that she was going to do. And her basis for this was, if I can get people to laugh at a joke for someone they may or may not know, then that joke is, and this is done in a comedy club where that person is not there and there's no reference to it. If that joke works in a comedy club in the middle of the night on a weeknight or some open mic night, then it's absolutely going to work on stage when that person is actually there being roasted live. And so she puts a tremendous amount of work into this, and she's very, very talented in her ability to, I guess you could call it roast craft. She knows how to craft a roast, and she's really becoming known for these sort of roastings, which is really great. Funny because I don't think her stand-up comedy specials are anywhere near as funny as her roasting abilities. And some people just are really good at something. I think she's decent for a female comic, well, whatever that means. But then when she does her roasting, she really just crushes it and nails it right off the bat. And so Callie Blue Chick says, I was pretty impressed by her during the Golden Globes. She didn't get overly political and just made fun of people who were there. I think that was really, like, that takes a lot of self-control, I think, because there were so many political routes you could have gone to make a name for yourself last night. And the fact that she didn't do that shows me really how much of a professional she really is. And I think it's, as a base conservative MAGA guy, I think you got to give credit where credit is due when they do stuff like that. It's incredible. I'm going to do one more search. I'm going to try to find, what is the name of the podcast that she was on? Let's see. Not that one. It was definitely not Gwyneth Paltrow. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure. There was a specific podcast that she went on, and she described her entire work ethic. But I don't think there's any way I'll be able to find the podcast. Unfortunately, I think there's just she's been on a lot of podcasts apparently. So it looks like unless the chat just happens to know exactly what I'm talking about in the time code, I don't think that's gonna work really well. But I'll try to find it, and I'll get back. So, but okay, so that was the Golden Globes. First off, any did any of the wins surprise you? There were the studio one big, Seth Rogen show obviously one big, Hamnet one, and one battle after another. Leonardo DiCaprio's newest movie, one really big. And I don't know anything about Hamnet. I have not seen Hamnet. I don't know what it's about. It looks like it's a monumental cinematic experience. It dramatizes the life of William Shakespeare and his wife Agnes Hathaway as they cope with the death of their 11-year-old son Hamnet. Oh, wow. That looks interesting. So I haven't seen that and but that's yeah. Okay, that was a big winner last night. Hamnet. This is the movie poster right here. There you go. Hamnet. For anybody that was interested, it looks like a Shakespearean piece, but I don't know anything about it other than that. One battle after another. I saw the trailer for. That looked pretty good. And then I think the other one was, what was the other one? The Studio. Seth Rogen's The Studio. What won Best TV Show though? Oh, Rhea Seehorn won for Pluribus, of course. That was the most obvious. And then what was Best TV Show Golden Globes 2026? Oh, it was The Pit. I don't know. I've never been able to get into The Pit. I think like it had like a episode about a trans surgery or something. I was just like, yeah, I don't know what this show is about. And so I never got into The Pit. But I did actually read an interesting article about The Pit. That it was actually a TikTok video I saw today, where it was talking about the reason that show is such a big deal is because compared to all the other streaming shows, uh, the episodes are lower budget for The Pit, and then in addition, it's 15 episodes per season, which a lot of streaming shows are only about 6 to 8, right? So and they pay the producer per episode basis, so they're incentivized to actually make more episodes. So it's basically The Pit is like uh, an HBO series in the style and form of network primetime or broadcast network primetime medical drama. But of course, it's been HBO'd. So there's a lot more blood and violence than you would get from ER on NBC. Which, by the way, I did hear that NBC or the people who made ER actually sued the makers of The Pit because I think The Pit was written for NBC and then NBC rejected it or whatever. So then they picked it up, took it to HBO, and then it was supposed to be like I guess it was supposed to be a sequel or in the universe of ER, but when it went to HBO, they rewrote it so that it wasn't, and so there was like a lawsuit or something, and so a lot of drama getting that show out there and together. And so The Pit won Best TV Series. But did really The Pit won like over? Did it really win over Pluribus though? Because that's ridiculous. Let's see. Pit Golden Globes. Let's see. Pluribus won. Pluribus won for Best Actress, female in a TV series. Pluribus. Let's see what happens. Pluribus. We got 2 nominations. Best Television Series Drama. But did it win? It was a nominee, but it only won. So who won Best Television Series? Best Television Series. Here, I'll share this. Sorry, I'll share it. Here you go. Best Television Series Drama, and the winner was The Pit. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think you telling me The Pit beat Pluribus and Severance and Mr. and Mrs. Smith? No way. No. Well, those were 2025 nominees. 2026 nominees. Okay. 2026 White Lotus, Lures, Severance and Pluribus. No, I don't agree. I can't. Best Television Series for musical or comedy, and the winner was The Studio. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, dude, that's crazy that The Studio beat out Only Murders in the Building, because that's actually really good too. But it's nice to see it's nice to see Hacks lose, but I guess she won Best Actress for a comedy too, so it's like, it is what it is. The Studio, if you haven't seen The Studio, man, The Studio is incredible. Like the one-take shots, the high-end production of that show, like Seth Rogen really, really did something with that show. It's absolutely an insane show. And to be honest, Seth Rogen deserves every single award that he's getting for that show, because it makes fun of the ridiculous nature of Hollywood executives and the studio system, and he nails it. And he nails it as somebody. He nails it as someone who has the experience in the industry, who did stupid comedies. E.R. Wallace, based on an old book. Are you saying The Studio is based on an old book? It might be. I don't know. Let's find out. Is The Studio based on an old book? It is. It is not. There is a book. There is a book called The Studio by Gregory Dunn about the workings at 20th Century Fox from May 1967 to May 1968. But this says The Studio from Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg isn't based on a specific book, but it draws heavily from the real-life experiences. Hollywood incorporates elements from older true stories about the film industry, including a famous book about the inner workings of the studio. While The Studio itself is original, creators mention it's inspired by their frustrations with modern filmmaking and includes verbatim lines from past Hollywood encounters. You can tell if you've watched The Studio. Yeah. So if you've watched The Studio, you can tell that is every episode is based off of something that happened in real life. Like it's a really tremendous work. And hold on, I gotta fix my arm. Hopefully that, yikes. Ugh. So hopefully that secures it. This thing is worn out, man. It is time for a new microphone arm. Holy cow, it's time for a new microphone arm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so if you've watched it, especially if you've been in the industry at all, or have spoken to people in the industry, and you watch the studio and you're like, oh yeah, this is real. You know, the first, I believe it's the first episode. I think they're trying to do an episode. No, it's one of the episodes. It was absolutely brilliant. Barbie became this huge success with Mattel, so they get this license for this childhood brand, and the studio's like, we have got to make a movie that's as good as Barbie for this brand, and the brand turns out to be Kool-Aid, and so the executive convinces Martin Scorsese. I believe this is right. I could be. I believe they convinced Martin Scorsese to do a movie because he has to do a movie for the studio. So they tell him to do a movie about Kool-Aid. But what Martin Scorsese wanted to do was to do a movie about the cult. He was looking to do like a real serious movie about the cult. So he somehow ties in this whole idea for a movie about Jim Jones and Kool-Aid, and then that offends like obviously the people who own the Kool-Aid IP. It was brilliant. Like the writing of that episode was actually really incredible, and the fact they actually got like Martin Scorsese to like be in it, and you know like he's actually in it, and like so that show deserves every reward that's coming to it. And I think season 2's coming out soon too. I think it's coming out this month, maybe on Apple. When does Studio of season 2 come out? It comes out production starting in early 2026 and an expected 2026 release date. This video provides a trailer. No, that's not it. That AI. No, the studio season 2 starts filming next week. So I guess not as close as I thought it was. I thought I saw an ad for season 2 starting this month, but that's not true. But it just starts filming. It starts filming next week. So, and I also heard that the Golden Globes is a part of the filming. So they might have been filming some stuff at the Golden Globes last night for it, which would be which would be phenomenal. So, yeah, big fan of that show. I think it's insanely brilliant. One of the best shows on TV this year. So if I had to say 2025 top shows, Pluribus and the studio, I'd probably put them at the top 2. I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's not as high quality as most other shows. Like it's like legitimate broadcast sort of like level television. But Matlock with Kathy Bates is really great. If you haven't seen Matlock with Kathy Bates, that show is just a lot of fun to watch. And I actually really like Elsbeth too. Like if you like the crime whodunit stuff, Elsbeth is really good. Matlock's a really good legal show with a pretty severe twist that's not like a typical primetime whodunit sort of legal show. So it's like really interesting and unique on that. And then I think probably one of the best shows I saw last year was probably Welcome to Wrexham. The last season of Welcome to Wrexham was one of the best scenes, one of the best documentary series I've ever seen in my life. And the way they build up that whole season and get to the final game where they enter the championship league is phenomenal. That show is so good. I saw Wrexham trending on X, like the actual team, and I was like, I better not find out what happened to Wrexham because I don't want to get spoilers for the TV series when it comes out later this summer. Like that's how good that show is. And that's Ryan Reynolds and Robert McElhenney, Ryan, are they both Ryan? Reynolds and McElhenney bought a lower ranked, lowest ranked soccer team in Wrexham, and they've put a lot of money and time in this documentary series on FX about building this soccer team and getting them up through the league. And the great thing, like that honestly made me jealous because I feel like the football, English football, soccer system that they have in England, the ability for a small club to be able to win games and move up and eventually get into the pro leagues is so insane and crazy that I'm like, why don't we have that here in America? At least with baseball. I know there's not like, you're not gonna get like club football leagues, like that, but we have little league, we have minor leagues, we have high school and college. Like, I feel like the system is in place for baseball that we should absolutely be able to have the ability for a AAA league to be able to become a Major League Baseball team just by how many games it wins in its division. And then if you have a bad team in baseball, they drop out and they go back down to club level. They go back down to AAA while the top guys go up to Major League. And it's just like, why doesn't this happen? Like, if it happens in England, because the one thing that does, I think, is it really provides a very special level of fan dedication and love for the team in a way that you do not see. You just don't see that with any American sport. Like, you have the Green Bay Packers and the Cheeseheads, and you have like really big fans that are at every game and they paint their faces. But when it comes to the fact that if your team loses, they get demoted and they get less money and it's going to be harder to get promoted again, the stakes in soccer are so insanely high. And it's fantastic. Like, the entire community comes together and the whole community like pauses like for every game because the stakes are so high. Like, there is and this is what the Welcome to Wrexham is so really great at. Let me just pull up a trailer for Welcome to Wrexham. This is I could talk about this, but let's just pull up the first one. I'll just pull up the first that comes up. So where's the audio here? I muted it. No, I'm not muted the audio. Did YouTube mute this audio? Weird. Hold on. Let me get. Usually, this is probably a re-upload. Why is there no audio? That's strange. It's definitely not me this time. And yeah, it's not me. I'm looking at my levels. Try this again. Yeah, there is no audio in that trailer. Let's try again. Let's try again, shall we? Welcome to Wrexham trailer. Season 2. Season 2? I still don't have any audio. Why don't I have audio? Oh, it is me. I have a muted tab. So stupid. Okay. Let's go back. Let's watch the first one again. Now that we fixed the technical errors. There we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys.
I've got with me Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, the new owners of Wrexham AFC.
I just want to say the production of this is so absolutely insane and incredible. Like, it's like NFL films meet soccer. So if you haven't seen this show, you absolutely have to. But it's way more. There's way more of a comedic like a comedic tone to it that you get from Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's like just relationship and friendship they have. It's phenomenal.
See,
What was the connection between you and Wrexham Football Club?
We had no direct connection. It was just a feeling.
What me and my dad thought was because Wrexham's red and Deadpool's red, though.
That's the real reason. Sorry. I think the biggest challenge is the community looking around going, what are these two guys doing here?
Welcome to Wrexham.
Only fools rush in. Is that the gym?
This is. Have you guys seen Ted Lasso? Because I think like this is like really, like if you watch Ted Lasso, this is like the real life version of that in some way, because Ted Lasso was about a football coach, an American football coach who came over to coach soccer in England, and here you have these two Americans who are just like know nothing about soccer, and they're just like, well, we have the money, let's buy a team if we can do it, let's do it, and so they literally have to learn the politics of England, how to manage the government, how to like deal with the fans and drunks and it's really about two guys just who really love a community. And it also shows how there's this masculine sport that just really, really brings people together, this whole town.
It will be the gym.
Wow.
Yeah, this needs a little work.
Wrexham is a town that battles against odds constantly, but the thing that we love more than anything is the football club.
It's an underdog story, and it's about interconnectivity between the club and the community.
Football's more than a game. It's not life and death. It's more important than that.
You're watching those games with your kids and your father, your mother, but I don't remember any specific game. I just remember watching my dad.
If they're successful, it will be the biggest day in the history of the town.
If you haven't seen this, like, do you even love television? Like, I'm telling you, because that's the first season. I mean, this club was an absolute just dumpster fire. Like, that shot of the gym, that was their gym they had for their athletes. Like, this was like a real grassroots club. The difference is, though, this club has been as part of England for 100 years. So there's people, I mean, they document these fans who are in their 90s and they've been wanting Wrexham to win a game, right? And so so they document all these people in the town. They document there's a whole episode that's just really dedicated to this one lady that they hired who helps people with autism go to the game, and they have a quiet section, and all the ones with autism it's just, there's so much heart and emotion, and it's not leftist propaganda. It's just about, this is why sports matter. And when I watch this show, and this is 4 seasons. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you've never seen Welcome to Wrexham and you're 4 seasons behind, you have quite the journey of how successful this team has been and just what it has done to this town. And like, if I could go back and not know anything about the show and just watch seasons 1 through 4 over the course of a weekend, I would. It's absolutely one of the best documentary series I've ever seen. I'm not making that up. But it's absolutely a phenomenal series. Just go back. There's that weird noise again. Oh, I got a new follower on Kick. Rochambeau. I think that's what that means. It must mean something on Kick. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing. I got to know what that noise means. Like, what does that noise mean? But that time it popped up and said I had a follower. Let's see. Delete these spam ads. Yeah. So I did have a follower. So yeah, Rochambeau, thank you. Thank you for following Rochambeau. Really appreciate it. So again, go and watch. Seriously, go and watch Welcome to Wrexham. It's one of the most beautiful documentary series in terms of production and comedy and storytelling and entertainment and action and adventure. Like it's so good. And it's just like it's really hard to explain. Like I've tried to explain it to people and they're like, I don't like soccer. It's like, I know, but you haven't watched Welcome to Wrexham, and if you watch Welcome to Wrexham, you'll fall in love with soccer. Like you really will. Like it's but you know what I'll tell you, this is really the heart of it. Back in the day, you used to have knights, right? And the town would gather around their knights and their soldiers, and the soldiers would go off to war. And we don't really have that anymore. I mean, we do, but armies are so big, they're not really like, we don't have militias in small towns or anything like that. But there's something that's so brutally masculine about the way they frame these stories. It reminds me of the times in England where you would have your town and it was surrounded by a gate, and you would have your military and they would go off to war, and then they would just come back as heroes if they won and there was victory. And it's like there's something so wholesome about Welcome to Wrexham in that sense. It's absolutely incredible. Go watch Welcome to Wrexham. I promise you, that's my recommendation for 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, whenever it came out. It's one of the best documentaries on television. I don't think a lot of people talk about it as much as they should. Like, that should be the most talked about show on TV right now, and it's not. But it is phenomenal. So that is my Welcome to Wrexham pitch. So that is what, look, I'm telling you, watch Welcome to Wrexham. You'll love it. It's incredible. So what is this?
There's a laser?
Trump used this to capture Maduro? Whoa, what is this? Sorry,
wait, what? Take a look at this. So one of the security guards that was loyal to Nicolas Maduro has come forward, and they have told their story of what it was like when America attacked. The security guard, on the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all of our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. Interviewer, so what happened next?
Okay, that's insane. Is there the video of it? Did they show the video of it? Here it is. I just want to see.
There's a laser? Wait.
Because I want this in Call of Duty, right?
What?
Wow.
Oh my
what
gosh!
The heck is
a
that?
60 kilowatt class directed laser energy developed by Lockheed Martin.
Holy cow.
Oh my god. And this is what they felt comfortable even showing. They literally spin into Space Marines and the Psychers to fucking mind control and blow up the brains of these other people.
Did you guys see Palmer Luckey's tech that he was on Joe Rogan? Did you guys see this? Let me pull this up, because this is fascinating. If you guys haven't seen this headset gear that Palmer Luckey has produced, it's unbelievable. Here it is right here. I'm starting to save stuff now, so I don't have to go back and find it as much. Look at me. I'm growing as a streamer in professionalism. Here we go. Watch this. This is nuts. I just want this in Call of Duty. Like, this is
You're going to notice a drone picks up a guy behind that container over there. And what's going to happen is when he walks behind that container, I'm able to continue to see where he is and what he's doing. So here's Ghost X is the drone that's watching. So just watch for a moment. So the blue force is my friendlies. So see that little right-hand corner where it sees behind the containers? They're tracking where the bad guy is. They're tracking where my guys are. And then watch when they go behind the container. So I can actually see through it and watch. Now they're engaging the guy over there, and he's down.
Wow.
So this is a system that allows everybody to basically be operating as one combined hive mind, where you can all share a view of the world. And by the way, this view that I have, it's shared now with all of the robots as well. So anything I see, like let's say I see someone inside of a building, every drone and every person now sees that person where he is. It's so crazy that I was born at the right time to actually get to build all of this stuff. You're gonna know.
It's insane. Like that, like the idea that like all the soldiers are connected in a hive mind. So if you see a bad guy, it immediately uploads where that bad guy's coordinates are on everybody's camera. And so like hive mind, it's like Pluribus, but like real life Pluribus. I was just like, dude, I just, when is that coming to Call of Duty, Palmer? It's insane. So I don't know. I just think that's just a massively insane piece of tech. And I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and I was like, man, like that's only the stuff like that's public knowledge about it, right? Like we don't even know all the stuff it can do. That's the stuff they've only, declassified. It's just insane. That tech is crazy, man. Like that's like we are living in a different world. Like that is. Could you imagine? Could you imagine being in the battlefield with that? Like, and you don't have that. Like, look. If you don't have that tech and you're in battle, you're dead. Because if one person sees you and you shoot them before you shoot them, it's too late because now everybody's seen you. Right? Like that's like there's no camo anymore. Like camo doesn't matter anymore. Like it just eliminates the need for camo. It's insane. Palmer, and this guy, by the way, I don't know if you guys know about Palmer Luckey, but he's an El Segundo. Incredible. This guy also runs. I'll show you because you won't believe it because we just showed you that. That guy's making devices that are going to be used to kill a lot of people, but on the same scale, he also runs this company, Mod Retro, which makes classic, like newer versions of Game Boy games that work for that work like and 64 games too, right? Yeah, he created the M64. So look at this. Right? Like that's insane. So here's a guy that's making literally killer technology, and then on the side, he's running this new old games company, and it's just, I mean, like the fact that he's building these mod retro games. I mean, like this, like it's just insane. It's just absolutely. Let me see if I can find an actual version of. Look at that. So, look at that. That's just outrageous, man. Like, yeah, here it is. So the chromatic. So it's, I mean, just high res screen, classic style of the original Game Boy. Just, and then it plays, you can put the old Game Boy cartridges in. Like this guy is building Anduril Tech, which is like building like drones and helmets and stuff that kills people. It's amazing. What a time to be alive. Like, what a time to be alive. So, anyway, I just thought I should share that with you because that's it's pretty incredible, man. It's just pretty incredible. So, what else is going on in the world? Let's see what's going on in the entertainment world. I gotta start making sure my audio works before I stream because it's getting pretty crazy. Let's see. What is Mattel is trending? Mattel has this is weird. Mattel has released their first autistic Barbie doll that features a fidget spinner, tablet for communication, noise canceling headphones, and bendable elbows and wrists for stimming. Can I just say, like, couldn't this have just been an accessory pack? Like, noise canceling headphones, tablet for communication, a fidget spinner, and bendable elbows and wrists for stimming, which I think is let me see what I think. Stimming is, yeah, repetitive physical movement. So it's a behavior. I mean, okay, well, like, first off, okay, look. All I'm saying, this is all I'm saying. The ability for a Barbie doll to have bendable elbows and wrists, like, shouldn't have had that anyway. Right? Like, shouldn't have it anyway. So, okay, besides the bendable elbows and wrists, the only thing that makes this an autistic Barbie doll is the accessories that come with it. I don't know. It doesn't seem that spectacular. I don't know. It feels like more of a marketing move than like legitimate thing. Let's see what the video. Let's go.
Creative, artistic, colorful.
Oh, it's Love on the Spectrum. Of course. Okay, hold on. You got me, Mattel.
I would describe myself as outgoing, upbeat, girly girl, creative, artistic, colorful, detail-oriented.
I'm an artist and fashion designer. I am autistic. I think differently.
Our journey with autism started when Miko was actually 2 years old. Learning about her when she got her diagnosis helped me get my diagnosis. It was a relief, and I didn't want her to walk through life without...
Stable. They bring me joy.
All right, take a look. Hello.
What is that? The fidget spinner feels relatable, and it's cool that it moves because I, myself, carry around a toy bag, and fidget spinners are one of the many toys I have in there.
I did approve her dress. It has...
Yeah. I mean, I just don't see how it's very much more significant than a regular Barbie doll with additional accessories other than the moving arms and elbows. I'm just saying it's not a lot of innovation. And I will say this, the Muppets created an autistic Muppet. I think that's incredible. Like, that Muppet is amazing, right? Like the Sesame Street autistic Muppet. Watch, I'll pull it up. I don't want to do a 10-minute.
Oh, this is our friend Julia.
Oh, hi, Julia. I'm Big Bird. Nice to meet you.
Does things just a little differently in a Julia sort of way.
The big question was.
So, the amount of effort that was put into doing the amount of effort that was put into designing this Muppet and the way it behaves and how it reacts and how it's like specifically an autistic Muppet is so much more complex. And I believe the puppeteer, her daughter actually has autism. And so it means it's really significant. So when you compare like the level of complexity and like all the work that went into making this, as opposed to the Barbie thing, when at the end of the day you look at it and you're like, oh, this is just a Barbie with some additional accessories. And I'm not saying that to be mean, because I think I think a lot of like autistic toys are really awesome and amazing. Like, it's just like, come on, Mattel, like this looks like an autism grift right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That's my first thought and impression of it. Maybe I'm wrong. It's look, I mean, look, Barbie has gone all in on the diversity stuff, so we know that they will shill for any woke sort of nonsense messaging. I don't think autism is on the same lines of woke at all. Not at all. But I think that when you see companies like Mattel that do the grift, and don't do the grift well, specifically they don't, because Sesame Street does the grift too, but I think they do it well. Like they actually take it seriously, whereas Mattel and Barbie, I don't think they do. And so it's, so all that to say is, I just don't think that. That's my thoughts on the art. I'm talking off the top of my head. It's a live stream, but that's my initial thoughts on it. Somebody can prove me wrong, maybe, but that's kind of what I thought about that. So, what else is going on in the entertainment world? By the way, Love on the Spectrum's one of the best shows I think too this year. I don't think we talked about that, but that show is great. Really phenomenal. Except for they always insert a gay autistic person, and I'm just like, that autistic person is not gay. Like, the parents are highly responsible for that behavior, and I hate that they do that. I really do hate. That's the worst part about Love on the Spectrum. But the show itself is really great and wholesome, other than that weird stuff they do. So anyway, this drove me nuts at the Golden Globes. This drove me nuts. Did you guys see Bella Ramsey? Look, this channel is a Bella Ramsey. What's the opposite of a Stan channel? A hate, a Bella Ramsey hate channel, maybe. But this is just so stupid. This is so dumb. Bella Ramsey's bold pink bow suit divides Golden Globes crowd. She's non-binary. Get it, guys? So she has a pink bow, but she's wearing a suit and tie. Isn't that brave? Well, she's absolutely one of the worst actresses in television right now, who only has a career because she identifies as non-binary. But worst show on television, worst actress on television. I don't think she'll ever be hired to do anything else after she's done with The Last of Us of any significance. Because look at how foolish this is. Look at how foolish this is. Look. Oh my goodness. Look at that weird. Look at that. that. She is. Look, I'm telling you, when I say she's a bad actress, she's legitimately bad. Like if you watch scenes and memes of her from The Last of Us, you know she's really, really awful. She's not good. She's not talented. The Last of Us game, what made the first Last of Us game so great was this really heartfelt relationship with this father-daughter sort of thing and young daughter, and it was emotional. And then you have someone like Bella who can't even smile to the camera without looking like a weirdo. Like this you don't have to look like an NPC. Look, she's waving like a defective video game character right there. Like that is. Oh, that was so cringy. That's so cringy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Please cancel the Last of Us TV series and just put her out of her misery and don't let her look, she's just not a good actress. She's not good. She's not talented. She's not skilled at what she does. She's super cringe in everything she does. Kelly Bleatrick says, and worst dressed goes to. Not sure why we keep platforming people with those mental illnesses. Look, I'm gonna tell you. Well, you want to know a sign someone has a mental illness? It's when they wave like this. Look at this! Look at that! That is cringe! It's like a broken NPC in a video game. Just like when you you know when you go up to a character in a video game and then the character just kind of waves at you, but the game also glitches. Oh man. Yikes. Put her out of her misery and cancel the show. Just cancel the show. Let her go and get a job as a barista at Starbucks. She'll be much more happier. she'll way better. She'll be way better at her job. It's not loving and kind to make somebody do a job they're terrible at. You know, and Bella Ramsey is terrible at acting. Absolutely awful. Put just in the show. Did it get renewed for season 3? Do y'all know? Did Last of Us renewed season 3? It was. It's Neil Druckmann. How does it get a season 3? Is it popular? The Last of Us season 3 planned for 2027 could be the series, and HBO boss says, okay. I think they're giving it they're giving it a oh, microphone stand. You're driving me nuts. I think they're just giving it a farewell wrap up at season 3. But let me tell you, the Neil Druckmann so destroyed The Last of Us with The Last of Us 2 when he inserted all this woke and trans characters and these ideologies into a video game, and the video game revolted, and had terrible sales. Nobody liked the game because nobody likes that sort of nonsense in their video games. People just want to play video games, and they don't want woke messaging, woke preaching tossed at them like that all the time. It's crazy. And so he destroyed the whole Sony Sony doesn't have a Super Mario Brothers. Like, they don't really have a rock star IP. The Last of Us was the only thing that they really kind of had. And then he went and ruined it. Neil Druckmann ruined it with The Last of Us season 2. He's one of the absolute worst video game designers in all of history. He deserves all the hate that could ever be lobbed against him. It's just insane. Sony should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves for that. All right, I got.
Did you see that?
We got to see this. Okay, this is the most. This is Hassan. This is the most crazy thing I've ever seen in terms of humiliation rituals. This is so. Do you guys know? It's background on Hassan, massive bread tuber, right? So he's a socialist, communist, Nazi. You know, he's always talking about how great oppressive regimes are. If he could, I mean, like he's just a massive liberal, like the biggest liberal in the streaming game. And he got in a lot of trouble because he electrocuted his dog on stream on the shot collar, and the dog yelped. And technically, that's a violation of Twitch's terms of service. And he should have been banned, like any other conservative streamer would have been banned immediately for that. But that never happened because the reason it didn't happen is because he's basically the biggest fan. Like all the Twitch mods, they just love Hassan, and he's so great. But never happened. So anyway, this guy named Gucci Marks did this AI video called Shock, Shock, Shock about him shocking his dog. Now, this could have all gone away if Hassan would have just said, yeah, I used an electrical collar on my dog because it's a proper training method, and I've been trained how to use it properly, and I'm teaching the dog to stay in bed and place. Like that's a legitimate thing you want to teach an animal. And he pretended that he didn't have a shock collar, that the dog stubbed his toe, and then he held up the shock collar to show everybody that it didn't have electrodes in it. But then, of course, you could see that he covered up the electrodes on the shock collar with black electrical tape. Everybody saw it, and he's never, ever admitted to it. And ever since this time, his entire career has been flushed down the toilet, and he's become a lolcow. So he's getting his hair cut live on stream in what appears to be a straitjacket, by the way. So just take note. He's stuck. He's getting his hair cut. He can't leave. His barber comes in and says, hey, did you see the Gucci Marks video about Kayla, your dog? And dude, this is peak entertainment. This is peak content.
The music video, the AI song?
No.
Shock, 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 shock my dog, I can't stop.
No, I did not see that.
You didn't see that?
No, what the fuck is
React
that?
to it right now.
What is it?
Hassan.
Look at this. First off, absolutely 100% Hassan has seen this video. Absolutely 100%. He's lying right now. Again, he always lies. If you had just said, yeah, I've seen it, don't talk to me about this, like this thing would have been over. But he acts like he's never seen it before, which means, well, if you haven't seen it, we should play it live on stream while you're getting a haircut, and you can't do anything about it. How tremendous is this? Watch this.
Shock song.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah, bro, these people are fucking crazy.
But it's fire. It's a good song.
Oh my god, bro, this has 2 million views.
Yeah, you saw.
He acts like he doesn't know this video has 2 million views. By the way, this is the first AI-generated song to be on #1 on YouTube. So he's absolutely heard about this. By the way.
No,
he's absolutely heard about
this. Get the fuck out of here. This
has 2 million views.
Shot my dog, I can't stand.
Gucci Marks generated this shit.
Shot my dog, I can't stop. Yeah, shot my dog until she drops.
Look at the fake smile. Look. I'm telling you that he has to watch this. He has to watch this whole thing. This is tremendous. This is one of the best
2,000 volts straight in her top. Cause my dog can't stay.
Dude, AI's gotten too good, bro. I feel kind of weird. It's like having my daughter like on.
I know.
Having the image of my daughter online like this, I don't like.
I know, but this is
You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Cause my dog can't stay in her spot. Yeah.
No, I know. I don't really.
Got this remote on me like in my Glock. If Kat tried to move, she had a She better know I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's just the most amazing clip, and like it just gets better because it gets better because it's better because he's in this like straight jacket, looking like he's in a straight jacket. I don't know. I saw that clip, and I just thought that was the most amazing thing. If you haven't seen that, you absolutely need to, because you talk about seeing somebody get humiliated. And by the way, Hassan is not having a very good week. If you look at if you look at this, I think let's actually go to the other one. Let's go to this. See. So I want to see if I can find his history. I'm trying to find his history over. I don't want to see days a week. I want to see over months. Over months. How do I view long-term history? Don't know if this website will let me do it. So, I'm not going to pay to get more basic information. What is going on? I don't want to pay to get basic information. Let's see. Total followers. Where's my... I don't know where these charts are, but you can look here, you can see this is, yeah. So the past October, November, and December. Here we go. This is what I'll show you. October, November, December, he lost 12,000, lost 1,700, lost 1,790. So he's just been on this sort of downward spiral. And then he gets to January of 2026. And he just so happens to have a 40% gain. And so people are saying, actually, I was looking at something, they're saying that this is actually the way it came up on system was that it was possibly botted. He bought it. He bought those followers in order to make that jump. So he went down from 12, 13, 14, but then had a gain of 10,000. So, which is not consistent. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. He's live right now. Well, I've never tuned into a Hassan stream before. This will be fun.
The number. And basically, like, can you imagine if Iran was like, sorry, we're gonna lob Shahed
By the way, his
drones
language is
fucking,
crazy.
You know, in New York City because you keep killing your own citizens. Like, that's ridiculous. Yes, 10,000 dogs a year.
There's
is
a
real.
lot going on his stream at the same time.
Who the fuck would be like, oh, sick, thank you? Like, that's not, you don't solve anything when you do that. You do the exact opposite. It's not a solution to anyone's problems.
How many people are watching him right now?
Some in the U.S. doubt that Iran is genuine about its ending its nuclear program, telling Trump that Tehran may be finding a way to buy more time and avoiding American airstrikes. Aides have briefed Trump on the benefits and pitfalls of renewed nuclear negotiations with Iran. Trump currently favors attacking Iran, but could change his mind depending on unfolding developments. Some officials said Trump may strike.
He's just reading tweets. I really hate when you turn into a stream and it's just reading. Drives me absolutely nuts.
Trump is also going to put a 25%
And also,
tariff on
his
any
stream
country that's
is
doing business with
insanely
Iran.
quiet at times.
Oh.
Did he just
This is
break
why
his
everything
hand?
that you hear from Americans is inconsistent and fucked up. They do not care about Iranian sovereignty. Please, please, please do not fucking fall for this bullshit.
anyway, he's a deranged individual. What a deranged individual. 32,000 people watching his stream right now. He's been live for 6 hours and 41 minutes. He says, I'm a political commentator in real life trying to avoid heated gaming moments. Yeah. Anyway, I wonder if let's compare that to see if Osmond Gold is streaming right now. Just to comparison. Yeah, he's not. Oh, he is live. Oh no, this is his live channel.
Microtransactions is
It just
bad.
repeats.
Let's see. Like some of the decapitator. You tell
Yeah,
me you're gonna give me
nothing
an
really
item
happening
called
on that model.
decapitator and it's not an axe? Get the fuck out of here.
That's just a dead channel. It's not a dead channel. It's just it loops his streams over and over again. If you want to participate in rewatching his live streams, I guess that's what that's for. So. Callie Blue Chick says, "Why watch him when you can't when you can just watch reviews of what he's saying on other people's streams?" I'm telling you, the amount of hate that Osmond Gold gets is phenomenal. It brings me a lot of joy. Not Osmond Gold, sorry, Hassan. The amount of hate that Hassan gets is truly phenomenal. And then on Osmond Gold's channel, the way he trashes Hassan, it's really one of the best rivalries that's ever existed. Like Yankees, Red Sox. I'm sure there's some significant rivalries in the WWE, but I don't watch that. But that and Hassan and Osmond Gold, they just need to get in a ring and fight it out. You know, they just need to get in a ring. They got to fight it out. Or maybe not even a ring. Hassan and Osmond Gold just needs to come on stream together and just talk for hours. Yeah, just do a 7-hour day. 1 7-hour stream over the course of the day. That's just Hassan and Osmond just hanging out, talking and fighting and debating. That would be so good for the world. I'll host it here. I'll host it on my stream. So everybody tag Hassan and Osmond and say, I'll be the moderator. I'll be the moderator. And because that'll definitely happen on this little stream for sure. Have you guys seen this burnt peanut guy too? This guy's so sharp too. We're talking about streamers.
He's cooking. When is T-Pain happening? Well, T-Pain was gonna happen. T-Pain was gonna happen until a couple fuckers. Yeah. See where this is going? Till a couple.
So adult language, but this guy streams as this peanut character. He just won Streamer of the Year. He's insanely quick, insanely funny, and he just streams as his VTuber of a burnt peanut. And this is what's so incredible is like when you think of VTubers, you think it's like some anime chick or some animated cartoon, like anime Japanese half-dressed, scantily clad cartoon character. And here you have this guy coming as this peanut character and just completely embodying the character of a peanut. And it's absolutely tremendous. It's really great. I saw a line one time where somebody asked him why he likes In-N-Out French fries or some sort of French fries from a restaurant, and he asked if the person tried to get him and say, well, you know they're cooked in peanut oil, don't you? And just without like missing a beat, Burnt Peanut said, yeah, that's our pee. Or something like that. It was just so quick and fast. Like, he's so quick and fast. A really brilliant comedian. And some people have said that he may be Tim Dillon. He sounds like Tim Dillon. If you've heard Tim Dillon and then you hear him back to back, it sounds very similar. But then I've also heard that who he really is he was streaming on the same channel, and so before he covered up his face and became a VTuber, so people think it's just the same guy. And if people had said that so it's probably not Tim Dillon. It probably is the other guy, which is way less interesting than a top comic that is running one of the best streams in the world. But it is what it is. So. Well, what else is going on in the world?
Fuckers.
Oops. What else is going on in the world, people? What is going on? I'm up to 32 followers on Kick. So first off, thank you so much for all 32 followers of you guys. I really do appreciate that. It's absolutely tremendous. I started doing this a few weeks ago, and to get up to 32. Got a new follower today. Really great. Really appreciate it. Also, if you guys are listening to me on YouTube, thank you guys so much for following me. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. I all the super chats, all the memberships. Thank you for all of that. It's really just absolutely phenomenal. Just all the support I've gotten just over my first few weeks. Oh, I got it. I have to share this. Okay, so. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'm going to pull it up. So, if I go to Reddit/Kick streaming, so I wrote this post because I told you guys my story of Kick streaming here, right? So I wrote this post right here, and I just basically all I said was, hey, I had all these problems when I first started streaming on Kick, but Kick support answered every question and helped me tremendously. My first email got replied to within 4 minutes. It was just insane customer service. All right, now check this out. Kick streaming responded and said, framing this post until further notice, huge W to have you on board. And then, look at this. Check this out, guys. I said, send me the frame when I get 10,000 live viewers. And look, they replied with it in a frame. Absolutely a Photoshop job. No question. But they said, bet. So that's my goal on Kick. You hear me? I'm going to get 10,000 live followers on one stream. I'll have 10,000 people following me live just so Kick can send me their framed copy of my appreciation for them. Anyway, look, I'm telling you, I have had more fun setting up a Kick account and just getting involved in the Kick process. More fun than every other streaming platform feels like work. And I know that all streaming is work and all content creation is work. But the way that Kick makes it, like, they've just gamified this whole platform, and it's absolutely incredible. So first off, thank you to Kick streaming. Thank you guys for you guys have been incredible. Great to work with. I can't wait to just rise up the ranks here and build a platform here on Kick. I look forward to streaming every day on my stream days, and then even on days when I'm not really scheduled to stream, I really have found a love for it over these past few weeks, and I really appreciate and love it. And then so to get the support of Kick saying they framed my Reddit post, which is weird, right? Like, how often does anybody get a Reddit post framed? But yeah, so they did that, and I said send it to me, send me the frame when I get 10,000 viewers, live viewers. So I'm probably gonna have to make a TikTok video about this, and and see if that helps. But yeah, so maybe I can get more people to my account by doing that. But yeah, I think that is amazing. Thank you, Kick. Thank you, Kick, for that absolutely incredible work. We have a great team. You have a great support team, great customer service team. So looking forward to this journey with you through 2026 to see where we're going to be by the end of December in 2026. I'm super excited about it. And if you're watching me on stream right now on Kick, please be sure to follow. Please be sure to enter the chat. And this show is about entertainment and pop culture and video games and all that sort of stuff. And it's just, I call it pop culture from a happy place. Because I think so much of pop culture entertainment, movies and TV shows, are just, especially coming from a conservative side, are just absolutely hostile and nasty and negative, and there's no real good optimistic approach or thought process behind the way art and entertainment gets made. And so that's the goal of this stream, is just an optimistic view of entertainment and pop culture and why I love it. So that is the basis. And so thank you guys so much who have been a part of this show with me. I really am excited to do the show and to see it grow. So up to 32 followers on Kick. So big deal. It's a big deal. It's hard to do. It's hard to, because you can't share that you have a Kick stream anywhere, right? You can't share you have a Kick stream anywhere. If anywhere else you talk about having a Kick stream, it just gets demoted. It's absolutely terrible. It's a hard. It's funny because like all the streaming platforms, whether it's X or Facebook, they're all X or Facebook, or YouTube. They never want you to talk about Kick, or they automatically demote it. But yet, none of those platforms themselves actually promote you. So if you can't promote another platform, but they won't promote you, right? So it's like, it's very strange, very weird, really, really frustrating sort of world to be in. But yeah, so. James New on Facebook says, I've seen the Kick brand advertised on one of the F1 teams I've been watching for years, and I only just discovered it as a Twitch alternative, and I would have been using it all this time. Well, James, hope you follow me here on Kick. Let's see. I think I was trying to see. I streamed to Facebook, and then I shared it, and I tagged followers and highlights, because I've been getting a lot of posts that people said they tagged me, but it was just really followers and highlights. So I did that today. Look at this. I only have 1 like. So it's not that X or Facebook wants you to stream on their platform. It's they don't want anybody to stream anywhere. They give no reach, no engagement. So that's why I like Kick, because people come there for live streams and they participate in the chat and they know the game and they play the game. Whereas like Facebook is just like, they don't really have systems in place. Same thing with X. X doesn't have a good way to stream. And YouTube does, but they just don't really push you out or promote you at all. I have 11,000 subscribers on YouTube, and right now I'm looking, I have 1 person watching me, which is probably myself. right? Like they could at least push out the stream to maybe 5% of my followers and be kind. You know? What is 5%? 500? Yeah, 500 people. Wow, there should be 500 people at least watching on YouTube right now. But it's such a chore. It's such a pain in the butt. It drives me absolutely insane. So I'm here in the long haul for Kick. I'm loyal to Kick. I like the platform. I like the tech. I've had so many problems with Rumble. Rumble has been an absolute nightmare to stream on. Let me see if let me just see if I'm live now. I only have 11 views on Rumble, and if you look at the chat, I have no one in the chat on Rumble. I've consistently had people talking in the Kick chat, and no one on Rumble. A few guys on YouTube. Shout out to those that are watching on YouTube. I do appreciate you. I think ideally what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Osmond Gold is suing someone.
So basically, there's a post. This is a person. It's like saying, like, this is actually crazy to say about somebody, right? Crazy to say. I'm thinking, like, you know, I'm already in a lawsuit, right? I'm already in a lawsuit. I'm already regularly talking to lawyers. Maybe I should sue this guy.
So I'm going to
Okay.
have to give this a big context. Normally a post like this with 100.
Okay. A lot of lawsuits for saying the wrong for what is it, slander or libel, defamation? A lot of that going on right now. What was I gonna pull up? Oh, I wanted to pull up if anybody was like actually in the YouTube chat that I might have missed. Because it seems like Facebook is completely dead. Nobody cares about streaming on Facebook. Nobody watches Facebook for streaming. Nobody does it for X. And then if you actually in YouTube doesn't look like there's much of anything. That one commenter. One commenter on YouTube. But currently there is nobody watching because that is just me. Kick is where all the action is happening. So thanks to everybody who's joining me on Kick. There's really no point in trying to promote other platforms to get you to get live stream viewers, because Kick is just so much better than all the rest. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's a hard. I'm giant stan for Kick right now. So if you want, you can follow me. You can follow me on I'm King Ginger. Here I'll put it up on screen. So if you happen to be watching this somewhere, you know where to find me. Give me 1 second. You can follow me right here. Boom, I'm King Ginger. Right there. Look at that. Visit me on I'm King Ginger on Kick. Thank you for following me there. I'm standing the Kick platform. It's probably one of the best, most entertaining, fun, and gamified streaming platforms I've ever been a part of. And if you ask if I'm streaming on, am I streaming on Twitch? The answer is no and never. No way. No way. Too many accounts have been just immediately banned on Twitch for me to, I can't imagine. It would feel like I was going to be attacked and have my account wiped at any moment if I had a Kick account, a Twitch account. Like that just seems like the biggest risk in terms of time and commitment to build a Twitch channel and then to be just immediately banned. And they always ban people like while they're live streaming, right? So I don't know if you've seen like the clips of, whoa, my microphone just fell off. dude, this is a piece of junk. Not the microphone. The stand is just a complete piece of junk. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I have to use. Maybe I found something I need to use my Christmas card on. My Christmas Amazon gift card on, because I cannot deal with that. Can you send some tips on Kick if you're watching me on Kick? Can you send me some money so I can get? That's my DPS that's my DSP impression. Can you send me
Send me some money to help me with my wife's spending habits.
my wife said, please send money to help with her spending habits. That's funny. My wife is super frugal. She doesn't have any spending habits. I asked her, hey, what's a fancy restaurant you would like to go to? And her answer is like, it's like, it's the worst question you could ask her, because she just doesn't want to go to a fancy restaurant and waste money on one meal. So, yeah, but my wife said she can. She said she can develop some bad spending habits if you guys want to support her. If you guys want to give my wife enough money to develop bad spending habits, that's what the Kick chats are for. That's funny. I love her. Anyway. Oh man. I feel like it's just like a slow news day, especially when it comes to entertainment, because I think the Golden Globes just kind of sucked up all the energy of all the entertainment news. And so everybody's kind of like, there's just nothing happening today. I just don't see anything very interesting. All right. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it an early night tonight. I know I usually stream till 6:30, but I rather cut it short than bore people to death. I think that's much better. A much better thing to do. So, thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you, Rochambeau, our new follower of the day, Rochambeau. Yeah, looking forward to. Oh, Scott fixes it. You just got here, man. Oh, Scott fixes it. Well, give me something to talk about. I can stay around. I just don't want a boring stream, because I don't know what else to discuss. So, okay, Scott says, catch you next time. Appreciate it, Scott. Maybe I'll stream later tonight. There's just not a lot of news happening today. Nothing interesting. And so you could do a long stream that's boring, or you could do a much tighter stream that's a little bit better. And I just don't want to do a boring stream because there's nothing really interesting to talk about. That's just my thought. And again, my wife has said she hopes my streaming leads her to develop insane spending habits. So what's the goal of this stream? to make enough money streaming that my wife can develop insane spending habits. That sounds like a great goal. A problem, but a good problem to have once you get there, should you get there. So, all right. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me on the stream. Please be sure to follow. If you just happen to catch this, follow me on Kick. I'm King Ginger on Kick. Here's the graphic one more time. Whoa, that is not the graphic. Here's the graphic one more time. You can follow me there. Really, thank you guys for tuning in and joining the stream. And we will. I'll be back. Wednesday. And